I decided to do a pre-prep cut, and this pre-prep cut was going so well. And then I decided, okay, let's do just for fun this year men's physique. The thing is, netted bodybuilding is getting so much better.
I see it is, yeah.
Athletes are so good. There's so much elite athletes that are so shredded to the bone and have straighted glutes and quads and all that stuff. And you need to get really peeled to be a good bodybuilder at a show. But what I just want to say, that sugar itself is not really bad. It's just about the amount of sugar you take in. When you're like overweight, then like all the hurt things are coming, and then it's bad. And when you are eating like a lot of saturated fat and you are getting like overweight, then it's bad.
He's prepping for a show, but then decides spontaneously to go to Italy and also tries his luck out on men's physique. He's run 42 kilometers at a high altitude because he can. He'll do Tough Mudder because he can. 2022 was comp after comp, division after division, category after category. He doesn't mind interacting into other sports, but bodybuilding is at its core. Allow me to introduce, I still can't believe Austrians are grumpy, Georg Haussmann. Haussmann?
Haussmann, right.
How are you, mate?
I'm fine, thank you. And thank you for the nice intro and for the nice words. I really like to hear that. But I don't think it's so crazy stuff when I do it on my own. For me, it's just normal things for me. And I don't like to tell other people like, yeah, I do like all the crazy stuff, because I just like to enjoy it and to give my best. And I'm not like better than anybody else, because everybody gives the best in some parts of their life. So that's the thing. Everybody is good.
Yeah, but tell me something then. Tell me something. All right, you're 22, and you know what? I remember when I was 22, I was quite adventurous. So you're adventurous, all right? Let's understand that. But not many people will just jump on a plane or a car, whichever you did it, from Austria, to go to Italy.
Yeah, so we went with the car.
Yeah, so you drove to Italy, right? Which I do know. You went to Italy. And then you entered the comp. Like, I'll just tell you now, I looked it up. You looked at, where is it? It was a comp I haven't seen before, what it was called. Do you remember the name of the comp? I'm just looking.
The comp, FCFN in Italy.
Yeah.
It's a affiliate from the DFAC, from the DFAC.
DFAC, yeah. But what I noticed is you decided to do men's physique there. So
yeah, I did men's physique.
Yeah, how many? Firstly, is men's physique your ultimate category? Because I think your category is classic, if I'm mistaken.
Yes, exactly. So to roll all that up in 2022, I did my first competition season. And so I'm doing natural bodybuilding. I did 4 competitions in this season. As a warm-up, with 2 kilo above my finished stage weight, I did the regional NPC show right 50 minutes from my home, from my hometown. And I did classic physique at an NPC show. In classic juniors and in two other classic categories. One was novice, and after that I had 4 more weeks to go to October for all my main shows. I did 3 main shows at natural bodybuilding competitions.
Yeah, no, sir.
Then I did the INBF, the Austrian affiliate to the DFSC.
Yep.
I did juniors bodybuilding there. I did men's bodybuilding, bantam weight, under 70 kilograms there.
Yep.
And 2 weeks after that, I did the really first Evo Classic.
Yes.
It's a new show and federation in Germany, a really big one now,
Well,
and a new one and big one.
Catil is
I did juniors bodybuilding there.
Catil is sponsored by them, apparently, I think.
Yes. Cattle is sponsored by Evo, and they're doing a really good job with their vision about natural bodybuilding. I think so. That's why I started at the really first one.
Yep.
What
made you do so many comps in 1 year? Hey guys, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed, who is following us on all platforms, but especially here on YouTube. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, please, if you could do us a big favor, which helps us reach more people, get better, bigger, greater. We've already had some great guests anyway. Everyone's been a treat. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're notified every week a new podcast that is launched. And I just want to say a big thank you. But again, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and enjoy watching Muscle Talks podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, 4, not that much. I think so. I think 3 to 4 are a good number of shows for doing a competition season.
Yep.
To enjoy stage time and to make experiences, to get a better athlete. I mean, you are prepping for 9 months in my case.
Yes. Yeah.
I was prepping for 9 months, and I was doing 3 main shows. And the first one was like, because it was a local show for me, 50 minutes, get some stage time, and to be not that excited when I do the other main shows, to just enjoy the minutes on stage and see how is it to be on stage with the other guys and the judges and looking at them and posing and performing my own routine and all that stuff. It was good to do a warm-up show. I mean, 4 shows are not that much. I think that's a pretty good amount to do a season, because you're prepping for such a long time, and at a lot of competitions you are just being on stage for maybe about 5 minutes or something, because maybe you get on stage, then the judges look at you, and maybe you don't get into the finals for the top 5 or something, and then you're off stage. And if you just do one category at a show and not juniors or masters or cross starting and anything, then you're finished after 5 minutes. And if you have 3 shows and all 3 shows are fast judging, because a lot of athletes, and you are doing just one category and don't do cross starting, maybe it's not allowed, or you're not a junior or a master, so you just do one category. That's a normal thing. And then you're off the stage and you have 3 shows. Then maybe your stage time in the whole season is 30 minutes or something.
But tell me, but in Australia we don't do that. I don't think we have shows. We have them, but I haven't seen many people go from show to show. Some do, but it just seems like they just do 16-week prep and that's it, one show and it's done. We haven't seen that. I don't know if it's because, well, I mean, we have a season, we have shows going on here, and even people that are natty, they do go into the IFBB and they do well as well when they're natty. It's just, I haven't seen many people do what you do. It's very strange for us, or for me, to see this. because you're holding on to your prep like intensely for quite some time. Do you find prep easy?
No, no, it's not easy. uh, if it's easy when you tell yourself it is, no, it's not. But the thing is, natty bodybuilding is getting so much better.
I see it is,
The
yeah.
athletes are so good. There's so much elite athletes that are so shredded to the bone and have straighted glutes and quads and all that stuff. And you need to get really peeled to be a good bodybuilder at a show. I think especially at the European shows, conditioning is really important. If you are coming like 2 or 3 kgs off and you're bringing 90% of your potential of being shredded, then you are out of the top 10.
Wow.
Like very fast. So that's the thing. And maybe if for us it's a normal thing to prep for at least 20 weeks to 30, maybe 35, depends on how much body fat to lose. And it's really better to do a longer prep than going into a shorter prep and you have to lose more body fat than you should in that time, because then you lose more muscle as a natty. You have to rush the process. You have to cut the calories more. You have to do more activity and burn out at the end of prep. So it's for natural bodybuilding, it's really better to do a longer prep and to keep the process up for a longer time and to be really shredded at the shows.
And to jump and to jump on some shows to test yourself a bit, yeah?
Yeah, for sure, that too. That's good for experience.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I don't know that the Australian natural bodybuilding community a lot. I mean, I know that there is the ANBB.
Yeah, we've got a few. There's a few naturals. Yeah, we've got natural here.
Yeah,
it's actually
it's affiliate of the DFSC.
Some are. Yes. Well, Kati came last year here. She was part of the DFAC. Yeah. But also next year, the IFBB, they usually do 2 shows a year, A and B show. Like, that's all they do. One at the beginning of the year and one at the end of the year. But next year, they're doing... They did it this year as well, but next year they're doing 3 shows, A, B, and C. And the show in the middle is natty. You can't... You're not enhanced. So IFBB is doing a natty show.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You don't like it? Why? Why don't you don't trust them? You don't trust them?
Yeah, we can talk about it and going into it, but before we talk about that topic,
okay.
I really need to tell you some things before we start into the podcast. I wanted to say that in the beginning, before we start completely into all the questions and all that stuff. I want to tell the listeners some things. First of all, if my English is not the best, I'm sorry for that. Maybe in between the podcast, I need to think about some words, or if I don't understand anything. But sorry for that.
Yep.
And the second thing I want to tell all the listeners, please, if you have any questions about what I'm telling, about me, about any topic we are talking into the podcast, no problem. Just text me on Instagram or wherever you want to. I'm always happy about answering all the questions. And if something is not familiar with you that I'm talking about, or you don't understand anything, I'm always happy to answer all the questions, and just let me know and contact me or anything. You can find me on Instagram at Georg Hausi, and yeah, that's the thing. I'm always open to every communication. Just contact me. The next thing I want to say, support the podcast, because I know how it is to have a podcast and to do all the work. I mean, I have my own podcast, the Art of Progress podcast with Kato.
You do.
Like you said before. And we're doing all that stuff and all that work and recording and inviting guests and like texting before and what we are talking about and recording and posting reels and all that stuff. So when you're listening to this podcast right now, then you should really appreciate the work and that you can listen to this right now. So I also did stand up 1 hour before normally and recording this podcast right now before my normal work. So normally I stand up 1 hour later, and we started here at 6 a.m.
Yes.
So for my time. So really support the show, share the podcast, tag all the people, and also visit my account, leave me a follower. Also, when you are coming to my account, you can see a lot of content about growing muscle, and you can also get a free performance guide at my account, because I'm sharing that with the people for nutrition before and after training to perform more and get more muscle. So you can see that at my account, but also support that podcast, give it 5 stars on Spotify and share it, because it's an important thing for free content to grow. So that's the thing I wanted to say. Appreciate it. And now let's get into the episode and talk about all the stuff.
Look, I think you know yourself, a podcast is only as good as its effort, the effort you put into the podcast. But the effort itself doesn't necessarily make it successful. What makes it successful is consistency. Just keep turning up, keep turning up. And
yeah, that's true.
So it's a bit like you competing. You just keep turning up to perfect your craft and So can I just ask you, what is your off-season weight? What do you weigh off-season?
My last off-season weight after 2022, I was 1.5 years in off-season, and then my weight was 92 kg about, and sometimes a little bit higher, a little bit lower, but that was the highest.
And what is your stage weight?
So stage weight in 2022, when I was like really finished stage weight for bodybuilding and classic, was 70. So after the year after, I was 22 kilograms up in 1.5 years. But also for sure a little bit muscle after that show too.
And what about now? What are you coming in at?
Now I'm at 78.
What do you want to come in at?
The same.
70?
Yeah, but to roll all that up the whole thing with my competitions, maybe back to 2022 because I was not finished before. I did the WMBF Germany as last show in 2022.
Yep.
Also juniors bodybuilding, and after that, like I said, I did the off season for 1.5 years, and I was always saying, I will start my next season will be in 2024 or maybe 2025.
Yep.
After 1 year, 1.5 year in this time frame, I was saying I will start in 2025 again.
Yep.
And that's the plan at the moment too. So my next real season will be in 2025.
Yep.
For classic and bodybuilding. I will see the federations and which category I will do there, classic, and maybe at some juniors, classic or juniors bodybuilding, because some federations go until 23 years. So I will see that. And in 2025 will be the season for classic and for bodybuilding. And the thing is, I did not think about starting in 2024 after I did decide that, and it was not the plan. But I did the pre-prep cut to reduce body weight in 2024 right now.
Yep.
So I don't have to lose that much in prep in 2025. So the prep is a little bit shorter, because from 92 kg to again maybe 70 or a little bit higher, 72 or something like that, it's too much to lose. It would be such a long prep, maybe longer than the last one.
Yeah.
And if I would have bulked through also, it would be very long, because 3 years of off season is a long time. So I decided to do a pre-prep cut, and this pre-prep cut was going so well. And then I decided, okay, let's do just for fun this year men's physique. So I decided that the pre-prep is going to be a prep. And I decided to go on stage this year too. But also the plan for 2025 still stands. And this year, I'm just doing men's physique show. So I did the men's physique show in Italy, and I'm doing the AMBF also in men's physique in 2 weeks. So this year is just men's physique for me, and my stage weight is a lot higher than in 2022, because I don't need to go that low for men's physique, because my upper body is more shredded than my lower body.
So you're doing the next show you're doing is going to be men's physique. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly.
Why that strategy? Why that strategy, if you don't mind me asking? Why
the strategy of
why not just
doing this year men's physique?
Yeah. Why not continue classic, let's say? But because I've noticed you've done open, you've done classic, and now I'm noticing you're doing men's physique. Are you trying to work out where you best fit in? Is that also what you're doing?
Well, where I'm best feeling? Or what?
No. Are you doing those open, classic, and men's physique? Are you trying to work out where you best fit in? Like where you best fit? Like what you're most comfortable with?
Yeah. No, not really.
No? Okay.
Because I know I don't fit best in men's physique. I think it's my worst category. The best category for me would be, maybe classic or bodybuilding. So men's physique this year is really just in this pre-prep cut to reduce body weight, and it was just like, I'm in good shape. If we push for some kgs more, then I can stand on stage, have fun, have experience, learn men's physique posing on stage, be a better coach for my athletes in the future.
Oh yeah.
And just learn all the men's physique posing on stage and have the stage experience. So that's the thing. It's for men's physique, also the Italy show, and now the AMBF. I'm going there and thinking like, no pressure. You don't need to win. For sure, I would like to win, but it's like I go there and have fun. It's it's for me, it's not that serious like for the other athletes that stand next to me and want to win like a men's physique pro card or something like that. For sure, I want to look good on that stage and be I don't know the word right now. To have a good competition with the other athletes.
You want to be you want to be competitive.
Yeah, competitive. Exactly. Thank you. I want to be competitive, but it's not like a serious prep season for me right now. So it's just experience, fun, and all that stuff. Because when I would have done like a real men's physique competition season, I also would go down with the weight this year more. So I also would be more peeled on stage.
Okay. So you went to Italy, you went to that show, but I noticed that I'm just reading it here. You got into these posing trunks. So there was the men's physique, but when I saw the photos, there was also another style of shorts that you were wearing. It was more kind of like a boxer.
Yeah, exactly.
What is that?
That's a funny thing.
Yeah, what was that? What was that?
That's a funny thing. It's not just a funny thing about posing. It's also a funny thing for me because I did register myself for the AMBF before the Italy show.
Yep.
And I was saying, I will do men's physique in Austria. And then I looked for shows before and after that. Mm-hmm. And then I decided to do a show before the AMBF in Italy, the FCFN.
Yeah.
And I decided to do men's physique there for sure too. And do this also, like the first show, maybe a little bit warm up with 90% of my men's physique form too.
Yeah.
And I registered there for men's physique, and all the page of the website from the Italians, everything is in Italian.
Yeah.
And I did not understand everything. And I registered for men's physique, and that was right. I was registered for men's physique juniors and for the normal men's class. And when I texted with the people from the FCFN, then I realized that men's physique in Italy at the affiliate from the DFSC there is not the same than with the affiliate at the AMBF in Austria, because they told me at the DFSC Worlds in München, in Munich this year, they have the Worlds, so all the affiliates are together, and then they is the world competition, and there at the Worlds is no men's physique.
Okay.
So at the Worlds there, I think there is bodybuilding for men, and maybe there's classic, I don't know, and there is athletic, but no men's physique. I don't know why.
Is that what it was? Athletic?
Yes, it was athletic, and that was the thing the Italian people told me. They are doing like the first round of the men's physique show. They are doing it like in normal men's physique.
Yeah.
And then the second round, the muscularity poses, they're doing that in the athletic shorts because they want to be loyal to the DFSC and to send their people that win in men's physique to the athletic class. Okay. Because there is no men's physique class at the Worlds. So that's a funny thing, because I did realize that I think five days before the show and 2 or 3 days before we went to Italy.
Yep.
So I was going into the shopping center and bought myself like the swimming shorts.
Oh yeah, I know. I noticed that. I'm thinking to myself, I've never seen these shorts before.
Yeah. And then I needed to show my not shredded legs.
I know. You got caught out. Is that a common show? That's a common show with DFAC?
Yeah, it's a good Italian show. Like it's the finale show.
But what I mean,
They have 3 shows.
but men's no,
in Italy.
but the one what'd you call it? Men's
Men's Physique.
no, not men's physique.
Athletic.
Athletic. Yeah, is that a normal one? Is that we don't have that in Australia? Athletic, or do we?
We don't have it at the AMBF too, but there are some shows like WMBF Germany. I think they have it, and but they have it with the normal bodybuilding trunks. It's like not the hugest category, but some shows and federations have it. And normally the athletic class, the judging is like you are like the normal bodybuilding judging, like X-frame and all that stuff, but a little bit less muscle and being more shredded. So conditioning is more judged normally in the athletic class.
Okay, like I said, I've never seen it, but it looked interesting, and I just read your comments. Talking about your comments on Monday, which is Tuesday there for you now, but on Monday you had on your stories motivation. Some people stop because it's hard, and some people stop because it's hard. Explain that to me.
Hi, Yvonne here. I'm thrilled to be working with Steve from Muscle Talks. Please go to rockcreek.com.au and join in on the collaboration with Steve and use your Muscle Talks 10 discount code to buy any products that you'd like.
Yeah. So I always do the Monday motivation on my account.
Okay.
Because I just want to motivate all my followers in the beginning of the week, and I think it's a good stuff.
Yeah.
So you can see something and think like, yeah, I will crush this week. So that's the thing, and I always do some quotes there and a good picture for that. And yeah, I like that quote because some people are always like complaining and saying like, yeah, it's so hard and I can't do it and all that stuff. And other people, I mean, for sure, for me too, I'm also thinking sometimes, yeah, it's hard and maybe I can't do it. I should do something else. It's maybe with bodybuilding, also with work, with self-employment, maybe, I don't know, some private stuff, or it's about a lot of experience in life.
Yeah.
And other people are doing the same thing and maybe thinking about it, it's hard, that's nice, it's a challenge for me, I want to do that. And that's the thing, you can switch that mindset. You don't always have to tell yourself it's so hard, I need to stop. You can say to yourself, it's hard, it's a challenge for me, I want to do that.
Yeah, no, I think it made a lot of sense, especially when it's basically, hard is emphasized. You can stop with hard or you can start with hard. Whatever it is, hard is the epicenter. I noticed that your T-shirt says start, fail, learn. Is that all it says? Oh, grow.
Start, fail, learn, grow.
Where'd you get that T-shirt from?
Oh, it's my own shirt.
You created that shirt?
I created that shirt. It's my coaching shirt, and also the start, fail, learn, grow. I did that. After that, it's the quote of the podcast.
All right. So give us the ethos, the background story to those words. Explain to me each word, what it means. I mean, I guess I know what it means, but what does it mean to you for us to know?
Yeah. So a lot of people tell me they don't can start right now with coaching, or they will set their fitness goals at the next year or next summer and all that stuff. And or maybe with competition with bodybuilding, yeah, maybe I will start in 2 or 3 years, but not that year, because I think I'm not ready, and maybe I will not win the overall or the pro card or anything. Yeah. But when you never start, and when you never, you need to start the journey and grow. And you also need to fail, because when you fail, then you learn with the failure.
Yeah.
And only if you do that, you will grow and be better. So that's the thing. A lot of people should not wait for the best starting point when everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Because when everything is perfect, everybody can do it. But you need to start right now, because when you start right now, and also for sure you will struggle and you will fail.
Yep.
But when you start right now, will be so much further away than if you start in maybe some months or a year. Then you will start at the bottom, and maybe it will go a little bit faster in the beginning, all that stuff. But when you start right now, you will be so much further away at the point where you started than when you start later, when it's maybe perfect. So that's the thing. Just start. For sure you will struggle, for sure you will fail, but you will learn, you will get better, you will grow.
You will grow.
And after some time you will be so much better. Doesn't matter with which thing, with business, with bodybuilding, with the prep, with I don't know, learning with a coach and working together, or with nutrition and losing fat or gaining muscle, and or is it maybe working on your thoughts, or all that stuff. It's, you can set that quote with everything in life. So that's the thing. Just start and grow.
No, I think it's really good. So when did bodybuilding capture your attention? Because you're 22, and I noticed that you competed at the age of 20. So when did bodybuilding capture your attention?
Yeah, good question. I started with fitness and weight training when I was between 15 and 16. I went to my new school in how's it called in English? A boarding school, maybe.
Yeah.
Is it where you live?
Yeah, boarding
because
school.
the school is a little bit far away.
Yeah, boarding school.
So my school was about 45 minutes from my hometown, and I went there to the boarding school to don't drive like every day. And we did have a small fitness room in this boarding school. And I went to the school when I was 14.
Yep.
And when after about one year, we could go to this fitness room, and I started there slowly to working out. And maybe after a year or something, I was going like more regularly. And so I started fitness with about 15 to 16 years, and after 1 to 2 years, I was like really going with a plan. And after 1 year, I was also getting a contract at the gym at my hometown. And so I was going at home at the weekends, and in the fitness room in school time, under the week. And after that, I was watching German guys on YouTube and Instagram that were doing like the the bodybuilding lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then I did see some people compete and watching the videos on YouTube and following them. And yeah, I was always thinking like, yeah, that's cool. And when I was 19, maybe I was 18 there.
Yep.
All the people like in the gym, like I always did every autumn and winter I did a bulk, and in summer I did a cut, and I was like my summer cuts I was like really shredded. I really think all the people say like, yeah, I'm really shredded. In summer they are like far away from the stage weight. Yeah. Because when people say to you like, yeah, you're really shredded, you should go on stage, then prep starts normally.
Oh my God.
So that's the thing, you have to lose a lot then. But my summer dance, I think I was pretty shredded there.
Yeah.
I think the body weight was like, for me, comparable to right now, to this condition I'm right now. So not like bodybuilding stage lean, but like at the moment, like my men's physique conditioning. And the people told me like, yeah, you should start and all that stuff. And also a coach went to me and said like, yeah, I would prepare you and all that stuff. You should do it. And then I was doing another bulk. And then I decided to go on stage in 2022 and got myself a coach after the summer for the bulk, and also for sure for the prep, and we prepared. So yeah, I just started at school and in the gym, and then it all involved with watching all the people. And yeah.
Who taught you to because I know that I had that mentality too. I had the bulk up wintertime and then summertime shred. And when I bulked up in winter, it was a clean bulk, meaning I still ate good food, but I ate more of it. And then when it was summertime shred, it was just the same food, but very lean, eating less. Is that how you did it?
No.
No? How did you do it?
No. So my first bulk was like a really dirty bulk.
Oh, yeah.
I did eat with 16 years about 4,000 calories like every day.
Yeah.
Maybe above 4,000. And I was really like involving to being too fat.
Yeah.
I was about 90 kgs, so just 2 kgs about under this year's bulk.
Yep.
And all the people told me when I finished this bulk, or when I was in the end, all the people told me, yeah, you're maybe going a little bit too far. So I was eating a lot of good food for sure. And all the food is good food. I don't say like any food sources are good or bad. Or there's always too much for every food source.
Yeah.
So, but I did eat a lot of chocolate and biscuits, like the milk, the chocolate, and then under there was milk, and in there was like a biscuit.
Yep.
And I did like eat like every day, at least, like it was a huge package with 12 of these bars, I think so.
Yeah.
And I did eat like every day at least 4 maybe to 12 of these chocolate bars.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, that's a dirty bulk, mate. That's a dirty bulk.
Yeah, I did that in the beginning.
Wow.
And after that, I think 2 years, my bulks have been like a little bit better. not that high to 90 kgs, so that was better. So I didn't have to lose that much. So I did learn over the time. Yeah.
What have you learnt now about a bulk? What does a bulk consist of for you now in food? What does it consist of, your bulk?
Important for a bulk is
what's important?
To don't have that much of a surplus on the calories, because you don't need it to grow muscle. You just need like a small surplus, like every day.
So a small surplus.
Yeah, exactly. Because it should not be too small.
Yep.
Because for sure you don't exactly know the count of the food sources, because also that goes down and higher with the food itself, because like not every apple is like the same.
Yep.
And not every pasta is the same, or every rice is the same, or every milk product, that they have different calories.
Yep.
And what's on the package of the food is just the middle of the normal it should be.
Yep.
So and also your activities, like every day it's different, like the steps and what you are working and what your body is burning, just all over. It's different. So you can't have exactly the calorie intake, and you can't have exactly the output what your body is burning.
Yeah.
So that's your surplus need to be a little bit higher than necessary for muscle growth in the theory. It needs to be a little bit higher than it could be normally. So you are for sure in the surplus of the calories.
Yep.
That's the thing. You need to go a little bit higher to be there like every day.
Yep.
But you don't have to be like 400, 500 calories in the surplus every day, because everything that you are above that surplus you need for muscle growth, you're putting on just fat, and you will not grow more muscle because of a higher surplus if you fulfill the surplus you need for muscle growth. So if you have like the potential for muscle growth, and you're eating enough calories for this muscle growth, then you have all the muscle growth you can get. And if you eat above that surplus, all the plus calories you eat, it will just get into fat.
Be a waste.
So I don't say you need to do like a clean bulk and stay like on the same body weight and be completely shredded. That's bullshit. For sure, you need to go up with the calories and move on with your weight. That for sure, that's true. And also, what's important to regenerate your mindset and to regenerate your nutrition habits. To don't have stuff like eating on low calories all the time, or do volume eating or stuff like that. You have to make sure that your nutrition mindset is good too, to don't have any bad habits, because when you're always staying on low calories, your mind will get fucked up a little bit. So
I know.
That's the thing.
What about
that's two important things.
What about maintenance? What do you think maintenance someone needs? So let's say you're not bulking and you're not leaning up, but you just want to go in a phase where you might be at a point where you're tired. Let's say you're tired. So you're tired, you don't want to bulk up anymore because you don't want to push too hard. You want to push, but you're not here for size. And then you're not leaning, so you're not, but should we always be in surplus there as well a little bit when we're holding flight path, the taxiing? They call it taxiing when a plane doesn't land, doesn't take off, just flies at one level. What do you think? Should you have a slight surplus?
Depends. I mean, when you are at a high weight, like maybe for me, like the 90 kgs, and you are not ready for a diet again, maybe because of time, you're saying like, I need to wait like 1 or 2 months more before the diet starts. Maybe then you can do maintenance to don't push the weight more up. And or maybe you did a bulk and you're saying like, mentally I'm not ready for a diet again because of maybe of eating habits or of personal life, or because of some events or something. Maybe you should do maintenance then, but not like for a year or something. Maintenance, maybe it's good for lifestyle athletes. They maybe for someone who was overweight and did lose a lot of weight after some time, and then maybe they don't want to be a bodybuilder and grow like a lot, and they just want to stay at the weight they are because they like the look. They are not too shredded, they are not too fat, they enjoy the lifestyle. When you are down on that weight, on that healthy weight, then maybe you shouldn't do a maintenance. That's the good stuff. How
do you feel about how does Austrians or bodybuilders around your area, how do you feel about calories in, calories out? Like, is everything measured by the calories, or do you guys look at macronutrients and density of food? What I'm trying to say is, we all know fat loss is fat loss. I think people mistaken fat loss for bodybuilding, and it's got nothing to do with bodybuilding. Fat loss is you're fat and you need to become skinny. To be skinny, you got to eat a little bit of food, like low food. You can eat one donut and that's enough. If that's what you're going to eat all day, you'll lose weight because you're not having enough macronutrients. You're just losing weight. So what I'm saying is, what's the talk when it comes to food, calories, density, macronutrients in your neck of the woods? What are they? Because here in Australia, a little bit they keep talking about calories. It doesn't matter what you eat. You can have chocolate as long as and go to the, like, it's just too much emphasis on the numbers and not the quality of food. What's it like in Austria and being natty? Is it very important, the quality of food?
I think that's also the involving of bodybuilding and social media and all that stuff, because I think 10 or 15 years ago or something, there was that scene, and you can see the content about that like now too. It was more popular to eat like a bodybuilder with like rice, chicken, and veggies. And after some time, that was maybe the time when I started with fitness and bodybuilding, like we talked before. There were all the videos on YouTube in German. YouTube style, like everybody talked about if it fits your macros. If it fits your macros. Like you can eat, you have the calories and the macros. And when you eat like a lot of chocolate bars and it fits in your macros, it's fine. Like it's exactly like the bulk I did. Like I talked before. It's exactly like that. And then was like more if it fits your macros. And maybe 5 years after that, so since 3 years or something like that. The people thought like, yeah, if it fits your macros, it's nice, but it's also bullshit. You need to have to understand it right.
Yeah.
Because for sure, if it fits your macros, you can eat like one chocolate bar, stuff like that. And if one day you're cheating like more, it's also okay if it fits in your macros. Yeah, for sure. But you also have to stick to the basics. It's about the percentage, maybe a little bit more. For me, there is a lot of basic stuff in my food, like oats and whey, and also I don't know the word in English, like milk products with low fat, and also like
basically what you're saying is, correct me if I'm wrong, what you're saying is your basic food is fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. Now, but wait a minute.
Yes.
But wait a minute. We all know there is fat that is good fat that you need, not saturated fat or processed fat or whatever you want to call it, right? Then there's protein. Now, we all know we can get protein bars, but we also know eggs are good. We know chicken breast is good because that's a good protein, correct?
Yeah.
Then we know carbohydrate. Well, you can get carbohydrate from soft drinks. You can get carbohydrates from chocolate, from cake. But you know, good carbohydrates is your rice, your potato. So that's what I'm saying is, do you think people have tried to confuse us? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So for the protein, I really need to say I don't care there that much.
Okay.
Because when you have like some basic sources in when you eating like a little bit of whey into the day,
of course,
or of eggs or maybe milk products, you don't have like 100% of that sources, but you have a little bit of that in. You have all the essential amino acids that your body needs, and everything else. Your body will get the protein, digest it, get it into the amino acids, and then build the proteins by itself. So if you have some, but you don't have to have like every clean protein source in there, you don't have to worry about to have like every amino acids in your food. So just have some good sources in it, like whey, and you or maybe eggs, but not every meal has to have it like in it. So it's okay if you do like some stuff of that, but not like every time, and you don't need to calculate that or anything. That's fine. So just take your protein and have some essential aminos, and the body will do the rest. Yeah. For carbohydrates, I don't care that much, because also the complex carbohydrates will get into glucose into the body. So the body uses the carbohydrates of the oats and digest it, and then it will get to glucose. It's the same than when you're eating like sugar. So that's the thing. It's carbohydrates are just energy and calories for us. Yeah, it's not essential to eat complex carbohydrates, but for sure, when you want to lose weight, it's not the best thing if you just eat sugar, because you will be hungry. Your insulin will always spike high and then get low again. So if you just eat like not complex carbohydrates, always their insulin will spike and spike and spike, because you're eating that short carbohydrates. That's the thing. So sugar is okay in some amounts, but you should eat complex carbohydrates, but it's not like really essential. It's also depends on your eating habits. When you're not that hungry, you can eat a little bit like one that's digested faster. And if you are like more hungry and on a diet, maybe you should eat a little bit more of oats or maybe like potatoes or something like that.
Maybe, but the thing is, I see your point, and we should have a little debate. I think it's good to have a debate. I'll have a little debate with you.
Yeah.
The thing is, I mean, not because you're 22, but what I notice is, for me, I'm seeing people age very poorly at the moment. I don't know, maybe not in Austria, but here in Australia, people are losing their mind. Like, we have dementia that is through the roof. And we have diabetes, we have high blood pressure, we have people's skeletal structure. People are getting shorter, bow-legged, people are walking with walking frames. If I said to you, I'm Greek, I have Greek background. My grandparents in Greece were digging gardens at 80 years old, walking donkeys.
Yeah.
Here in Australia, so what I'm saying is, let's just look at it like this. Mars bar. I don't know if you have the Mars bar, but the Mars bar didn't grow on a tree. So yes, it's got the sugar, it's got everything an orange has, everything a banana has, but a banana is a natural product that's grown off a seed, that's grown off the branch or off the floor or whatever it is. So your body digesting that wouldn't get as much. I think it will turn it to glucose, like you said. But look, I'm not a doctor. But what I'm saying to you is, there's an element of cell development. There's things like, if I said to you, petrol for your car. If petrol was petrol, then why do Formula One motors have higher octane? And they go faster, they burn better. Why does your petrol station have 3 Bowsers and says to you, this one's got less octane, this one has more octane? If it's the same thing, fire your engine and you get from here to here, then we should look, then we can, and if it's a 80 litre tank of petrol, your tank, you can't put for an 80 litre tank, you can't put 82, it will spill. You can't put 85, it will spill. It's 80. So your stomach. So this is why I think with food, we look at it like it's sugar, but it's not, in a sense. So for me, I understand your story, but what I'm seeing is people debilitating. I think something is going wrong. Yes, you're using it for bodybuilding. Yes, you're building muscle with it, whatever it is. But I'll tell you a funny story. Is it George or not Georg? What's your first name?
Yeah, George is fine.
Because it looks like George. You're missing the E.
Normally it's
Georg. So what I'm saying to you is
called like that in Austria, but you can say George.
Yes.
It's just the name in English.
Yeah. But my dad, he grew tomatoes, cucumber in the backyard all his life. Tomato, cucumber, parsley, zucchini, everything, man, everything. Anyway, when my mum died and he wasn't doing gardening anymore, you know what my father had for dinner? Cornflakes.
Yeah.
And you know what else he had for dinner? Yogurt. You know what else he had for dinner? Pizza. In the end, I didn't even know who my father was. When I spoke to him, he spoke to me like a baby because he lost all his nutrients. So what I'm saying is, if it's to turn glucose, I think personally, in the past, bodybuilding was very simple, like the simplest of sport, actually the healthiest of sports. If someone said, oh, bodybuilding's not good for you, take away the steroids, they said to you, what should I eat? They'll say, you eat eggs. You go, okay, eggs. What else do I eat? They said, chicken breast. All right, chicken breast. What else do I eat? Beef. All right, beef. What else? Fish, yeah. Potato. Rice. No worries. Even pasta. What I mean is, the food was very simple, but I think, but hear me out, but I think what I'm seeing, like, see this brownie? We got a brownie here because I sell protein mixes. But the thing is, even though I'm eating this brownie, because they're sponsored with us, I still, before I came on with you, I had chicken and rice. I still smashed my chicken and rice because I don't trust the brownie. It's a protein brownie. It's from this mix here, and it says, well, it doesn't have we've got to tell her to put our calorie count on here. But what I'm saying to you is, I trust it, but I don't trust it as much as I trust chicken, egg, beef, fish. Because even if I don't count the calories, even if I don't read the packaging, I still trust the macronutrients to make my fuel tank, my engine, fire correct. What you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm just
yeah. I mean, I understand what you want to say, and what you say.
Yes.
I can't say anything about the car and the octane and the fuel, because I'm not the best in mechanic things. But what I can say to you about the thing with being food from the nature and not nature things, and being healthy and not healthy. So you have a lot of snakes in Australia.
We have a lot of spiders, snakes, everything can kill you here.
Yeah, and they are in the nature.
Yeah.
And they bite you.
Yeah.
And they have like poison. Poison is the word.
Yes, poison.
So you have poison in your body.
Yeah.
And this poison is from the nature.
Yeah.
Do you think it's healthy? But wait
a minute. Now, the snake is here. Yeah? The chicken is here. Wait a minute. Which one am I going to go have?
For sure the chicken.
So, wait a minute. The snake will attack me, so I don't get a choice. So what I'm saying is, you choose donuts. Donuts don't choose you. The snake will bite you and kill you to protect itself. So in Australia, we will eat what we have to eat, not eat what's poisonous. So what you're saying is, I go and eat poison food, which is donut.
Okay, that's a good point too.
Thank you.
But what I just want to say, not like you should eat the snake, or that it's when they are attacking you that it's fine because it's nature or something like that. But what I want to say, just because something is natural, and like a source doesn't matter which one. Just because it's natural, it's not everything fine.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, and just because something is not natural, it's not just bad. So
I agree with you.
I want to say, and for sure, you are right with the basic food, and not like eating chocolate and pizza all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm completely with you, and that's also what I tell all the time. But what I just want to say, that sugar itself is not really bad. It's just about the amount of sugar you take in. When you are like overweight, then like all the heart things are coming, and then it's bad. And when you are eating like a lot of saturated fat, and you are getting like overweight, then it's bad. And when you are eating a lot of that food sources and you also don't have a lot of micronutrients, and you don't have all the vitamins and all the minerals in it, then it's like really bad. So it's important to have the basic food in it, and to have like all the vitamins in it, and to have all the fiber in it for your digestion, and to eat your veggies, to eat your fruit, to eat like for sure the good fats and all that stuff. For sure, that's important. But when you eat on top of that, like you have all the vitamins, you have good digestion with the fibers, you have the intake of the proteins and all that stuff. And when you eat on top of that, because you have like calories open, and when you eat then like a Mars bar, you mentioned that, then you eat a Mars bar on top, the Mars bar will not like instant poison for you, because you eat like a little amount of sugar and saturated fat and like a high calorie and low volume food. That's the most people say that it's unhealthy because it's high calorie and low volume, and you get fat when you just eat that stuff and you're hungry all the time. Then you get fat, and when you get fat, then you have all the illness stuff. You don't move a lot, and you have like all the hurt stuff and all that things. So I think it's more about the thing, not that the food is bad. It's bad with what happens to all the people that just eat only food sources like that. Like they eat pizza, then they eat maybe like a Chinese buffet, and then they eat like all the chocolate, and then they drink milkshake with sugar and all that stuff. Like they eating just things like that, and then they get fat, and then they get ill. It's not like one food source its own that's bad. It's more when you don't get in the vitamins, you don't get in the minerals, you don't get in the fiber, you don't get in like good fat sources, you don't get in like your protein, and you have too much calories, and it's like the whole lifestyle together, and you have all the problems like the new area of people have like in the last decades. It's like it's crazy. Also in Austria for sure, like you mentioned before, a lot of fat people. I don't want to blame them. I just want to say they need to do something, because it's also the system of the health system in Austria. It's no prevention to be not fat, or not much prevention to be not fat, to get no heart attacks and all that stuff. It's always when you're sick, you get something after. You get some pills, and then you go to the hospital and to the doctor, and they give, because you're sick, they're giving you antibioticum, and when you have your heart attack, you're getting some new pills, and then you go to the hospital, and always working after it. Why not working before, to stay healthy, to take your activity into the day and get your vitamins and minerals in and all that stuff? So you're right, for sure.
But isn't it funny though? But isn't it funny? Wait, I'll say this because isn't it funny though? Isn't it funny? If Austria or Australia wants to have prevention, the best thing they could do, the Austrians, is to come and see you. Why? No, why? I'll tell you why. You, Kati, Max. Why? Because, not just because you will train them, but you will feed them. You will build them. That's why bodybuilding is good. But sometimes we in bodybuilding are complicating it, because we are falling into the system, because the system isn't bodybuilding. bodybuilding is a different sport. So when you are an Olympic athlete, powerlifter, maybe, or not power, swimmer, sprinter, you training for 4 years to get to the Olympics, they are doing everything that the world doesn't get. The massage, the nutrients, the dietitian, the coach, the mental health coach, you name everything that you get that the world doesn't get to enter the Olympics. So to have a good body, to prevent disease, to eat well, to pick up heavier weight, you need a personal trainer.
Yeah.
So come and see Georg here if you're listening to the podcast, because the thing is, you have the prevention. That's why I feel I want to stop talking to people about the food, because the food, yes, if you don't eat, you lose weight. But if you don't eat, it's not good for cell development, not good for muscular development, not good for cognitive behavior. To not eat, not eat. Like just to have your rice cakes. I notice you eat rice cakes for prep. And you know me with my rice cakes. I do rice cake recipe all the time. So the thing is, I feel we as bodybuilders or the bodybuilding industry, we need to be tough. We need to be tough to tell everyone, you want prevention, come and see us and we'll make prevention for you. Yeah. That's the best advertising you can give to, if you want to lose fat, you don't even need me. Stop eating and just go eat one donut. It's okay. You can lose weight. But if you want build muscle, you want to look young at 70, you want to go on Tough Mudder, you want to learn how to do a clean bulk, you want to know how to maintain your food, you want to look good for a holiday or for your wedding, but you don't want to look like that all the time because that's going to be very skinny. Let me show you through bodybuilding. But we need to, I think, look after our sport, because what's happening is not you, but people are coming in saying we can do everything, and you cannot. This is me, 55. I'm saying to you, I'm 85 kilos. I've been 105, but then I'm back to 85. Meaning, even when I'm 78, I'm no good. Even when I'm 75, I'm no good. What I found is I have to find the balance of muscularity, the balance of the food, and the balance of my life. And I find if I involve bodybuilding, means I giving fuel to go use fuel at the gym, all that stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Sorry, go on. Your turn.
Sure.
Yep.
For sure, like you said, if you just lose weight, it will not look good.
No.
So you have to grow muscle.
Yeah.
And
it's tricky.
You have to have good food sources in, like we talked about it. You have to get in your proteins. Have to get in your micronutrients and all that stuff. And really, you need to really learn how to train with weights. That's important too. You really have to learn the technique. You have to learn the intensity to just not go to the gym for years and you just look the same. Because I've seen thousands of people that are going to the gym and they take the ride there for maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, then they change clothes, then they train for 2 hours, then they talk a little bit to people, then they ride home. So that's 3 hours a day. And they're doing this maybe 3, 4, 5 times a week, but they look the same after some years. And that's the thing, because I'm working now 3 years self-employed and also as a personal trainer and now studio manager. And the thing is, you have to make sure that the work you already put in nutrition, also in training is going into the right direction. So yeah, like you said, let yourself being helped and get yourself help with a coach, a personal trainer, or maybe a local guy. Maybe online coaching is for me. I think online coaching is the best stuff. It's a little bit better than normal one-to-one personal training, because you have all the things in it, like nutrition, and you can ask all the questions, and you have everything like written down, and you have more the mindset and the nutrition and the coaching all over in it, than just like this one-to-one personal training where it's just about training itself. So that's the thing, get yourself help. And for sure, if you need somebody and you want to have the success, then for sure you can contact me on Instagram.
I'll tell you a funny story.
So
I had to lose 20 kilos. I had to lose 20 kilos recently. I'll just let you know.
Yeah.
I did it in 2 years. I'll tell you why. If I did it in
that's good.
if I did it in 6 months, I'd compromise my muscles and I'd look withdrawn.
Yeah.
I'd look like that, right? So what I knew was, instead of going down to, just giving you numbers, 1,500 calories to do it quickly, I ate 2,500 calories slowly over 2 years to preserve muscle, but to lose weight. And that's why you can look healthy. So what I'm saying is, to lose weight, you can actually do it by growing muscle, or preserve your muscle, but you can't do it in 3 months. You can't do it in 6 months. Meaning, if I was to come to you, George, and I said, look, George, I need to lose 20 kilos. But I said, but I want to stay muscly. Then you'll say to me, oh, we need 12 months, Steve. Because if we do it too quick, we're going to compromise your muscle. So so in other words, that's why I just trying to say to people, when it comes to us, our sport, especially you're a personal trainer. Remember, we need to be sacred. We need to preserve our sport, not by listening to the people telling us, eat whatever you want. Yes, you're not going to, but we're talking about, what do you want? You want muscle and you want to lose weight. Well, we're going to have to change a lot of things with you, and you're going to have to be patient, because if you want to lose weight, I'll give you a diet now, 3 months, you will lose 20 kilos, but you're going to look homeless. You're going to look like one of the homeless people, like withdrawn. Oh, my dog's barking. Tell me firstly, because I know you got to go, I want to know about this adventure days. You did a dirt run, 24 kilometers, 3.56, 58 seconds, 3 hours, 800 meters of elevation, 60 obstacles. You know what's funny? Most bodybuilders don't do these things. But then you did a Spartan Beast run. What are you doing? You're breaking the rules again, George. You're breaking rules.
Yeah, for me, it's like I said, it's for me. I do that in off season and not like in the end of the prep.
Yep.
So that's one thing too, and I like other sport. Like, I'm playing a lot of beach volleyball, like really regularly in the week in summer. And I like to go running. I really liked it in the time when the lockdowns have been.
Yeah.
And I like all the other sports and enjoy it with other people when it's possible. I mean, running and cycling most of the time. It's alone,
but I've noticed as a competing bodybuilder, you step out of the ordinary. Not many bodybuilders are flexible. Not many bodybuilders adapt to things like that, but you seem to utilize those sports as part of, maybe call it your cardio, your fitness. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true, for sure.
And also strength. It gives you strength, gives you endurance. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that's the thing. When you're training your your body, like your muscles, 5 times a week, you can also train your heart for 1, 2, 3, 4 times a week.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how often, but you should do.
Yeah.
Like, it's your heart, it's pumping your blood like every day. You should care about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do cardio. You don't have to overdo it like me. Maybe sometimes it wasn't the best thing for my bodybuilding journey, because I'm not growing about 100% of my muscles because I was running a marathon or just dirt runs and stuff like that.
Of course.
But it was a good adventure for me. It was like good experience. I did have fun with one of my clients that did the dirt run together, and it was a really crazy experience with good memories, good pictures. And the obstacles have been like crazy. Like the craziest thing was the mountain itself.
Yeah,
Not the
yeah.
obstacles where you have to go over and stuff like that. It was like
I noticed.
to go that high and then low again, and because my legs have been weak after some time because of the muscle mass.
Yeah.
And they got tired.
Yeah.
So it was like a really crazy and funny stuff to do, like dirt runs with the obstacles. I can really mention that you should do it if you haven't done it anytime. So maybe not the real long ones with 24 kilometers or something like that. Maybe just with 2, 3, or 5 kilometers or something like that. But it's a really funny thing. It's a good experience.
Oh, look, I commend you for it, because those are the things I like about bodybuilders, when bodybuilders can step outside their circle and have fun. Because sometimes in our sport, it's very disciplined. But when I see you doing that stuff, it tells me we can do more than just go to the gym. We can utilize our cardio, our strengths, even our muscularity. It won't be so compromised when we push different elements of our body, because that's what we do when you do bodybuilding. You're pushing all your elements. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I love it. So tell me, you like helping people transform their bodies, grow their bodies, and feel good in their bodies. Explain that to me.
Yeah. So for me, it's really important because there are a lot of people coming to me and telling me like, yeah, I'm not like my body and I don't feel healthy, and I don't like to be myself.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people can do a lot more than they think about it right now.
Yeah.
And when you know that you can do it, when you start believe in that, that you can be that one woman or that one man that is more muscular, that has less body fat than at the moment when you have too much. So it just looks more aesthetic, better, and being that athlete, you can do it. It doesn't matter in what position you are right now, everybody can do it. And that's the thing I love to see it, when people involve in my coaching, they are getting from a point where they don't like themselves that much, and then they're getting to a point where they self-develop, they are more confident. And I really like to see the journey and to be part of the journey, because when people come into my coaching, they are not getting like a one-time plan, and then I'm saying like, yeah, just do that and we will see in the future, maybe in some months or something like that. It's like we are a team. And when they're coming into my coaching, there need to be adjusted things with the training, with the nutrition. They have questions, they ask me, and I will help them. I will solve their problems. I do check-ins, like all the coaching work, and it's like a really teamwork. And the most important stuff about coaching is the communication. It's really important to ask the questions. You want to know the answer, to solve all the problems. And it's not about the theory to make the plans. It's about how you use it, and the and practice it in the gym, and how you integrate the nutrition and the lifestyle like in your days, like with your work and all that stuff, because most of the people cannot just, I don't know, meal prep 2 or 3 hours a day and stuff like that, and going to the gym for 5 hours. That's not what it's about. It's about doing the nutrition and the training in the lifestyle you already have with your work and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love
and
it.
that's,
I love it.
Yeah. The journey, the helping, solving problems, and the evolution of all the people I'm working with.
I love how you said you like to see how they feel. You like to see the joy when they get to that point, when they realize this is working. I feel good about myself. I love myself. I think it's a wonderful feeling, isn't it, when you see that smile that wasn't there when they first saw you?
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
that's so true.
Yeah, no, I agree. So what's in store for 2025? Again, let me know that. Are you competing in classic, physique, or what's your goal for 2025? And being a natty, what's the ultimate prize? I mean, you can go to Olympia natural. You know that. Like, just because we know Olympia doesn't mean you can't go natural. Is your goal to get to Olympia?
Like to the IFBB Olympia?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, there are people that go natural. I can tell you now. I can name some people that are natural at Olympia.
No, it's not my goal.
No. What's your goal for bodybuilding?
My goal for bodybuilding, to be the best athlete I can be. For me, it's not a lot about the price. Be the best athlete I can be, and also enjoy the process, like we talked about before. To get better, maybe sometime win a pro card in some natural federations, like the DFSC, WMBF, or maybe the EWAR, stuff like that. But I will see in the future. I don't have like huge pressure on my own to win like some overall title in the world or something like that. And the focus for sure is to stay in the mainly natural federations.
What's the ultimate in the natural federation? If someone said this is the ultimate for naturals, like you look at this and you go, this is where I want to get a pro card and win this.
That's difficult.
The which?
That's really difficult.
Yeah,
we could talk about it like a whole podcast at 2 or 3 hours, because there are a lot of federations in natural bodybuilding right now, and we don't have that huge federation like the IFBB is in advanced bodybuilding. I think the bigger ones for sure are the WMBF, and also the DFSC is a really good federation, but a little bit smaller. I would wish they are a little bit bigger. I think they will do a really good job, because they are new, but they're doing a really good job. I hope they are getting bigger and more important all over the world. I also think the OCB in America is really big, but they are not popular in Europe. So in Europe, the most popular stuff is WMBF and DFSC, and also the IMBA, PMBA with the natural Mr. Olympia, and for sure some shows in Europe. But I don't like the categories at the IMBA, PMBA, and I wish that DFSC, WMBF, and EU get bigger over the world.
And what about, so next year, are you going to do classic or are you going to do men's physique? What are you going to do? What's your choice next year?
For sure, no men's physique. Maybe some cross starting just for fun again. But I didn't think about it. But for sure, the focus will be on classic and bodybuilding, and maybe some junior categories in classic and bodybuilding. We will see.
Hey, I'm Jamie from Pawtion.
And I'm Steve, Muscle Talks Podcast.
And we heard that you guys are very into clean eating for yourselves, so we figured we'd educate you a bit about clean eating for your dogs. That's why Pawtion has decided to partner with Muscle Talks and give you promo code MuscleTalks25 for 25% off your first order at pawtion.com.au. That's pawtion.com.au.
And if you continue ordering through Pawtion, please use Muscle Talks 10, and that gets you with continued orders 10% off. We're quite excited to be part of Pawtion. I've got a few dogs running around us just as I talk now. So please support not only good eating for ourselves, but I'm sure you want to promote good eating for your loved one, your pet, your dog. So go to pawtion.com.au and use for your first order Muscle Talks 25 to get 25% off your first order, and then continued orders Muscle Talks 10.
Okay, well, let's finish it up by going over the body because you've given us a lot of your time. So I'm going to give you a body part. You tell me how to train it or don't train it, okay? I want to know the exercise, sets and reps. So traps, do you train traps?
Yes, for sure. I train traps.
Yep.
I'm doing a wide grip cable row there at my home gym.
Sets, reps?
And,
sets, reps?
2 sets, 6 to 8 reps and 8 to 12 reps.
Okay. Delts, side delts.
Side delts, I'm doing 3 times a week. I'm doing
3 times.
single arm cable laterals 2 times a week with cuffs on my hands. I'm doing there 2 times 2 sets. Reps about 10 to 15 each. And on one day I'm doing between legs cable laterals, also the same sets and reps. And I'm doing before the between cable laterals, I'm doing dumbbell lateral standing, just normal ones, with also 2 sets and reps between 10 to maybe 20.
Okay, what about rear delts?
Rear delts I'm training for 1 time a week. I don't have that much volume there because I have a lot of overlap volume from my back.
Yep.
So I'm doing rear delts once a week, and I really can recommend the single arm pull around where you are sitting on a bench.
Yep.
Turning to the side to the cable, and doing it's single arm, and just get the elbow back, but don't contract your scapula.
Okay, how many sets and reps?
2 sets and reps between 10 to 15.
Okay, what about front delts?
I don't train them.
Okay, that's okay. What about back?
I do a lot of back work because that's my weakness. I'm doing a lot of single arm pull downs. I'm doing single arm dumbbell rows. I'm doing single arm row arounds on the cable where I'm also sitting on the side and rowing around the body. I'm doing a narrow grip cable row, and I'm doing a wide grip lat pull down. All that stuff. A lot of back work for me. Most of the time, 2 sets and reps like the same than all the other work.
Okay. Chest.
I'm doing normal chest press, converting 2 sets, reps 8 to 12.
Okay.
Dumbbell flies, incline, and after failure from the flies, directly into the press. I'm doing the 3 sets and reps about 8 to 12 from the flies, and then failure again with the press, maybe about 4 to 6 reps.
Okay.
That's flies, and also I do dips.
Dips are pretty good. Dips are underestimated. What about abs?
1 set a week, machine crunch to failure, and reps about 10 to 15. I do a myo rep set there where you fail, then make a short pause, fail again, short pause, fail again.
Bicep.
I'm doing 4 exercises a week, 2 times. So I'm doing 2 exercises and another time 2 exercises. Single arm preacher girl and behind the back cable curl with a bench. And on the other day, I'm doing single arm dumbbell hammer curls, but also preacher in front of the body. And 2 sets, and then I'm doing single arm leaning against the preacher dumbbell curl, where you are standing before the preacher curl, and you're leaning against it with the elbow.
Great, I like that. What about tricep?
Just 1 exercise a week, 2 sets, rope push downs. I only train it with 2 sets a week because it's my strength and I don't need more triceps.
Okay.
So
What about forearm? Do you train forearm?
no, I don't do that, but I have huge forearms.
Oh my God.
I don't need more.
You don't need more, man. Quads?
Once a week, 5 sets. 1 set leg extension before the compound, 2 sets like a power squat variation in my home gym, it's like a normal squat variation in the machine, and 2 sets of sissy squats with a lengthened hip with the body weight.
Wow, sissy squats hurt. Hamstring?
Lying leg curls, 2 sets. After that, 3 sets of Romanian deadlifts with the barbell. And on another day, I'm doing seated hamstring curl.
Wow.
So everything in there for the
Calves?
for the anatomy.
Calves?
Calves, 1 set a week, 1 myo rep set. So failure, short pause, failure, short pause, failure.
Yep.
And it's straight leg calf raises on the leg press.
Okay. What about tibialis? That's the front of the calf. You train that?
I don't train it at the moment. I did train it like some months before when I did all the running stuff and the dirt run, because it was a little bit hurting and they need to strengthen it. So I did tibialis races on the cable with a bench where the cable is on the bottom. The bench is about 30 degrees and 1 leg is laid on the 30 degrees bench, like laid up, and the cable is coming from down, and with a calf on my feet and raising it.
Wonderful. What about glutes?
Oh, a lot of glute work. So also the 3 sets RDS are also going a little bit on the glutes for sure. And after that, I do 3 sets machine hip thrusts. So heavy work for the glute. I also do abductor work, 2 sets. And also the squat machine for sure goes a little bit on the glute too. Yeah, that's it at the moment. I did train it before, like in the off season, I did train it 2 times a week.
What's your split?
It's crazy.
Hearing all your exercises, I'm thinking, do you have a split?
Yeah, I have one. My split is basically a pull with side delts and abs. So biceps, back, side delts, abs. Then I'm doing push, like chest, side delts, rear delts, and triceps. Maybe it's just 1 exercise. And then I'm doing legs plus latissimus. And then I'm having a rest day. Then I'm doing pull again, like back and biceps and side delts. And after that, I'm doing quads and chest session, like chest, quads, and hamstrings.
So 4 days, then rest day?
3 days, rest day, 2 days on, 1 day off.
Okay. Have you heard?
5 days.
Have you?
5 days a week.
I'm going to get you to promote yourself, but before we do, have you heard about people training their whole body now? Full body workouts? There's a thing going on that everyone does a full body workout now.
Like every day? Okay, no, I didn't hear about
We're talking about it here in
that
Australia.
at the moment, but
We are. I think
for beginners it's a good thing, but I didn't know about bodybuilders doing it like every day. I don't know.
Some people are trying it, but how do we find you? How do we find the main guy in Austria that's going to help us be happy?
Yeah, thank you for all the nice work here and for the introduction in the beginning and now also in the ending. I really enjoyed the podcast. I need to say that because you have looked into my account and did ask me a lot of questions about my athlete lifestyle and coaching and personal life and all that. So I had to talk about a lot of things. That's really nice. So good podcast, and everybody that's hearing it, let's give this podcast 5 stars and also share the episode, tag everybody, and let's involve also not also our bodies, then also the podcast to get more people on it, and more people can learn and get better. That's a good thing, and I really want to support the podcast.
Thank you.
So, and about me,
Yes.
you can find me on Instagram with my name is Georg Hausi, and maybe I can send you the link after it. And you also can find me on TikTok and YouTube with the same name, but I'm not really like a lot of active there. I have some YouTube videos, but not a lot. Yeah, and I think that's it, because all the other stuff like sponsors and my website and all the things, you can find it on Instagram if you want to, but I don't want to promote everything right now. So
No, you're all right. Yeah.
just look at my Instagram,
Yeah,
and you will find everything there. If you have any questions, let me know. Just text me. And if you have any questions about coaching or want help, just text me. I'm doing coaching for sure in English too. And
Good.
for all the people that are listening, you can get the performance guide for free if you want to not just lose weight, if you want to also gain the muscle.
Mate, I want to say thank you very much.